he still believes he will form the next government.
But if you have, is the vice president an opposition leader?
Debbie.
But don't say your vice president here is like an opposition. He's behaving like an opposition leader. A vice president who is in government, who is the head of economic management the committee.
Yeah.
This vice president tells you, say, if he comes, he has plans of how to curtail the free fall of the cedi.
Yeah. So
he tells you, say, if he comes, he will ensure, say, TUC labor formal consents or modemano, he has a solution. Nana, you say a grown day, NFM.
Yeah.
The current vice president we have is an apology.
Oh,
a jugular. A vice president who thinks politics is about being comical. A vice president who believes Ghanaians are so, excuse my language, dumb, that when we see white, he can tell us it's red and we'll be fine with it. That is the kind of vice president we have. Was that lately, His Excellency John Mahama doesn't respond to the vice president anymore. You know why?
Maybe.
Governance is a serious business. Governance is a serious business. It's not about lectures. It's not about textbook theory. This vice president said everything theoretical. Vice president, he said things are theoretical to my our opposition. Another Finana said this vice president told us, why here Juma or Bank of Ghana, and he knows the money is there.
Yeah.
Have you forgotten this vice president made us aware? Yes. Or make you aware as a nation, say, or no bar, he would arrest the dollar, give the key to the IGP.
Yeah.
And like a comedian that he is, there was an event he spoke when the IGP was there and was proud. Say he has arrested the dollar and he has handed the key over to the IGP. And people were laughing. This is the same vice president when he was confronted to the 170 questions or the man, the late Pakwesi Mr. Atano, he tells us it was good at that time, but now it's not there again. What kind of a man is this?
And not principled, wow.
Zero principles, zero credibility. This is somebody who talks today. Ochina, if you confront him with the same issues that he said, he will tell you, it is different then, but now you cannot use that to judge him.
Is it not because we're a mate now, or persuade a driver?
We a mate. That's a driver now and show how to drive. How do you become a driver? Or a mate, or tikanim.
Anyways,
he has not been taught how to drive. The driver himself, and what he has to do and what he doesn't have to do. Have you heard President Mahama always say the sort of things that he learned from the late Professor Mills? President Mahama, I thought it'd be okay. President Mills, a man with the latitude to operate when he was a vice president. So he had the opportunity to do a lot of things. What he said, President Mahama, can be or a mate? Because you cannot be a mate when you are the head of the economic management team. Every country is run on the economy. It is a war vice president, that serious position as the head of the economic management team. You can't come to Ghanaians and tell us you are a mate. Which mate? Granted, or a mate. What has he achieved as a mate? It's a mate for. That's a car no say or coin so. That's how see if a car anymore, anymore, but you don't know how to drive. Your dealings are as a mate, a chair say you are not even qualified to be transformed into a driver. Now, Nana Akufo-Addo, our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on the crying him say Bawumia is not fit to be a president. Because if Bawumia is fit to be a president, in same people Bawumia eka lately, Bawumia will not be saying these things.
It's the same way.
Oh, Obia Akako Jine baby eka che Nkrofo say this issue about ports, the dollar. What can you do to revamp it?
Okay.
He doesn't have an immediate solution. He always have a solution when he becomes a president. What kind of a leader is it? What kind leadership is by being pragmatic, factual, and dealing with issues. The vice president has failed all of this. Now, Media Mekandibia say, if we don't rescue this country on 7th December 2024, and Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyemang goes into that office as the vice president, that office will never be respected again under the Fourth Republic. because Bawumia's actions have shown us he's an empty person. He's a person who is not only vindictive, because our good friend lawyer Martin Pebu said Nanado and Bawumia were not flocking together. If they were not comfortable with each other, Bawumia will not be so comfortable working there, and Nanado will not be so comfortable. So they are the same.
Yeah, he said it on the show.
Yes, they are the same. Nanado a fairly poto. Nanado a fairly. He's the worst president that we've had under the Fourth Republican dispensation. Bawumia is the worst vice president we have in the history of this country. So what do we need to do? Ghanaians will have to resolve, say, baby. We'll give the presidency to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and Ghanaians will judge us again. If we don't do it right, Ghanaians will. But I promise you, the John Dramani Mahama that we have today is a John Dramani Mahama that has gone in and have realized the mistakes he did, the highs, the lows, and has decided to say, baby, or be making sure say he does the right.
Yeah, baby, Rahokra, now you hear Nintia John Dramani Mahama, Mana Kwenya, and look at the promises be a person Ghana for. But on the last issue with this, Bawumia recently can say Ghanaians are comfortable. Now more NDC for and I'm okay who rather some a young crowd assume he says Ghanaians are not in comfort, but Ghanaians are comfortable. Politics
they live in dreamlands. Another there we can pardon him because if you hear President Nanado say, you ask say Ebiani handless name can't. But the vice president is on the road every day. He's listening now to Kwaina Oko Sunyani and other places are trim with convoy will be in Fino. He thinks what does he think? Nine to and you say we are able and nine nento. People were in their market doing their work. His convoy was passing, nobody was minding him. He stands out of the convoy and waves to himself. The reality on the ground is that he's being despised by everybody. Now, Vice President Onimo, he knows. He's just putting up a showy face. During this Ghana CEO summit, when he said, the business community is collapsing. And so I wait. Say,
exactly. And in the arty and honey, Besha free. Okay. Attorney General and Munsensem Japa 2-4 in Ayeka, because of course, unfortunately, the NDC lawyer could not make it fiscally in the studio. However, he granted us interview on via telephone. Okay. To a idea, not just say you speak to the issues.
Okay. My messenger yeti phobium. I think say agents and same way abai. NDC as a party, the Ayeka say the AG is somebody who doesn't practice the law. The AG is somebody who knows judges but doesn't know the law. The posture of the current AG, who AGs be brave? Nana, we saw AGs, AGs like Martin Amidu time.
Martin Amidu, Betty
Drisu, Sofa, no, Bakunia Obaya. Your friend is saying,
Matabrew was also an NDC.
Now before her, no, there were others. The one that Odami took over from Mameno. Okay, Mami Bina Oye.
Gloria Kufu. Yeah.
We saw their posture. Obekaya during this maritime dispute. Yes. Gloria Akufu went with Marietta Briopon and the others.
That's right.
This is an AG that believes that the office is not on only personal interest. But from the day Godfred Odami was appointed as AG, the arrogance, the impudence, the way he talks. You see, it is different to do things according to the law, and it is different to believe, say, the law is in your pocket. And that is what Godfred Odami, from day one, since he was appointed Attorney General, has been doing. Now, NDC has always said it, say, a day of reckoning will come. Now, we believe say that day of reckoning will come when we are in power, because when we are in power and you have access to information that hitherto, now that you are not in power, that was where we were going to go into the records and ensure that the records reflect what he has done right and what he has done wrong. Now, I said nyame, it came earlier than we expected. The AG doesn't qualify to be an attorney general, because that office, it's one of high repute. Na ninyama waye in the Japa instance, an AG that tells somebody to fake medical report. Now, NPP, then I tell myself, say, what are we doing to ourselves? Sometimes let's call a spade a spade. Let's put away our political lenses and face issues as it is, because we have a country, we have a nation to build, and nations are built on institutions. Once you get it wrong by having weak institutions, or institutions are individuals are more powerful than the stated power that goes to the institution, then you cannot run a country. And that is where we find ourselves with this AG. Nana, in serious democracies, you wouldn't wait for the AG to even listen to the Ghanaian population and as the president to say he should read in the media houses in the UK. Somebody was found having a program when it's COVID and you're not supposed to go anywhere. Somebody saw it. What happened? The next minute the person resigned. Yeah. But not in this country. So you have the impudence of an AG who will tell you, say, and I hear the surrogates of the NPP saying, say, oh, NIAG no nyehwe, NIAG no we're closing the case, NIAG why I say, are we not speaking to the facts? Is the legal profession not frowning on such practices?
Especially when matters are in court.
Especially when matters are in court. Does it mean that if your matter is in court and you toe the line of the Attorney General, then you get your freedom? Is that how the law is supposed to be working? Say, in the interest of the rule of law, in the interest of justice, which the Attorney General office is supposed to be, he's a legal mouthpiece of the government. Not only the president, but of the government. What is the government? The government is for all of us. I think, say, the nicest thing he can do is to resign, and that shoddy trial that they are putting our minority leader, Honorable Atufosin, through should be discontinued. And I think that for once, let's get the General Legal Council to bite. They shouldn't only issue statements when it's not necessary. This time, they should prove to Ghanaians, say, they are there representing an institution, and that institution has some credibility. I think that is very important now.
That's good. I'm happy the way the conversation econo. I mean, at least I'm sample